Last year, Lenovo released the Yoga 910, probably one of the best 2-in-1 convertibles on the market. Fast forward to 2017, Lenovo just released the Yoga 920, outfitting it with an 8th generation Intel quad-core processor, while retaining the things that people love about it: its great build quality and gorgeous display, and of course, epic battery life. Throw in an active pen, and we might just have a winner on our hands. Hey everybody, it's Andrew from AMDtech, and this is my unboxing and review of the Lenovo Yoga 920. The model I have here starts at $1,329, and for that you get an Intel 8th generation quad-core processor. It's the Core i5-8250U CPU. You also get 8GB of RAM and 256GB of PCIe NVMe SSD storage. It has a 72 watt-hour battery that Lenovo claims will get up to 15.5 hours on the full HD version. And Lenovo claims that the 4K version can get up to 10.8 hours. That also seems a bit exaggerated. Of course, real-world usage is a totally different story. Of course, we'll see how that fares in real-world usage. Obviously, we're not going to get 15.5 hours as they claim, but it does do really well in battery life. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. You can get the Yoga 920 in bronze, copper, and what I have here, the platinum version. And there's also a limited edition glass version that looks really interesting and very sleek. I ordered my unit directly from Lenovo, and it came in about 2 days and was really fast in terms of shipping. Now, the packaging is premium and really high-end, and I would expect nothing less at this $1,329 price point. Opening the box, you're greeted by the unit itself, which is encased in a cloth material, and you can tell that Lenovo put a lot of emphasis on the unboxing experience. Lifting the lid, you'll find all your accessories. You get your 3-pronged plug along with a 65-watt power adapter. We'll talk more about the battery life and charging times later in this review. And speaking of charging, it uses USB Type-C. You get some documentation and warranty information as well. Now, right off the bat, holding the unit for the first time, you realize how high-end and premium this device really is. At just over 3 pounds and only a ½ inch thick, this is very thin and light and extremely portable. Now, the big upgrade here is the fact that it now has an 8th generation Intel Core i5-8250U CPU. That's a quad-core processor, and it'll give you better performance and better battery life. The Yoga 920 sports a 13.9-inch IPS touch display. It's a glossy display with a resolution of 1920 by 1080. That's a full HD resolution. Now, there is a 4K option available for more money, of course, but this one has 158 pixels per inch, and it has a 16:9 aspect ratio. I can tell you right now, this is a very sharp full HD panel. It has very deep blacks, and the colors are very vibrant and very accurate, as it has 105% sRGB. And at about 300 nits, this is good for both indoor and outdoor use, although in direct sunlight that may be an issue. And as is the trend in 2017, they go with the thin bezels as they did with last year's version as well. Good to see that. Now, I really like the keyboard at 1.3 millimeters of key travel. It was a bit on the shallow side, but overall I thought it was pretty comfortable to type on for extended periods of time. It has multi-levels of backlighting, which is always nice. They're island-style, chiclet-style keys, and the right shift key is full size, unlike the last iteration. I thought the touchpad is a decent size. It uses precision drivers, which is always good to see, and I like the fact that it was pretty responsive. You can do 2-finger scrolling, and Windows 10 gestures worked as advertised. Overall, no complaints on the trackpad front. And it also has a fingerprint sensor. It's located on the right-hand portion below the keyboard, and it really worked pretty well. Setup was easy, and it registered my finger pretty much every time I used it. Great for logging in with Windows Hello. Depending on the SKU you get, you may or may not get the active pen too. The improvements here are the fact that it has 4096 levels of pressure sensitivity. Now my SKU didn't come with the pen, but I was able to use it with the Huawei made pen, and it worked really well, great for sketching, drawing, and taking notes. Actually, this was really good. And as you can see, the screen will wobble because of that 360-degree hinge that's inherent in the Yoga style devices. I think the pen is a good option for those note takers and digital artists that want to have something with a thin and light device, able to sketch and take notes on the go. Good choice. Now, as far as ports are concerned, you really won't be disappointed. On the right side of the device, you have your USB 3.0 and it's Type A. And next to that is your power button, which lights up to let you know that the device is in use. One notable missing feature is that this does not have a micro SD card slot or full-size SD card slot. But the good news is, on the left side of the device, there's two USB Type-C ports, and they're both Thunderbolt 3 with 4 lanes. That means you can connect it to an external GPU and simultaneous 4K monitors if you so choose. And you get a 3.5mm headset jack, which gave me no problems, no interference, worked really well. And speaking of that headphone jack, it has Dolby Atmos branding for 360-degree sound. The Lenovo Yoga 920 sports two bottom-facing speakers. They're JBL branded and they sound pretty good. Let's hear them in action. Now let's get something out of the way. This is not cheap. The model I have comes in at $429 US. That's for the 42mm version, Nike Plus edition. I thought the sound was rich, full, volume was good. I thought overall these were impressive speakers. The Yoga 920 also has far-field microphones, which allows you to speak to Cortana from across the room. So this is the webcam on the Lenovo Yoga 920. It does video at 720p, 30 frames per second. It's okay. It's at least the camera is in the proper placement on the top part of the display, not on the bottom where it's up your nose on some other devices and from the last iteration. But I think it's pretty good. This is what it sounds like when you're on a Skype, when you're typing. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's hear it. Not bad. This is okay. It's a little bit grainy, not the best in low light situations, but I think overall we'll certainly get the job done. If you're doing Skype, if you're doing video conferencing of any kind, it certainly can work. And of course, this wouldn't be a Lenovo Yoga if it didn't have its trademark watch band hinge. It's very sturdy, very durable, and very flexible in terms of what you want to do with this device. It's a 360-degree hinge that allows you to go into the different modes. It allows you to go into tent mode, great for recipes in the kitchen, great for watching movies and the like. Or you can put it into stand mode, great for watching YouTube, Netflix, and for consuming media in general. And of course, you can pop it down into tablet mode, great for using the pen to take notes, sketching, and drawing, or whatever you seem to like. But I found myself using it most of the time in laptop mode. But where this device really shines is in its battery life. Now, Lenovo claims you're going to get up to 15.5 hours on the full HD model, 10.8 hours on the 4K model. I have the full HD model. I got over 12 hours. Similar results were found over at Laptop Mag. I encourage you to check it out. That's what I wanted to check, to see other sources, to see what kind of battery life they were getting. And as you can see, it was well above the category average of 8 hours and 21 minutes. And I was curious to see how the Core i5-8250 would fare, and it did well. On the Geekbench 4 test, it did a 12,664 on the multi-core score. Its built-in graphics did 20,176 on the OpenCL test. Now please keep something in mind, this is not a gaming machine per se. If you want to do AAA gaming, get a gaming laptop. And as I stated earlier, the good news is it does have Thunderbolt 3 with 4 lanes. That means you can connect it to an external GPU to play your games. That's a good option to have. And it also has one of the quietest fans I've ever heard on a thin and light laptop, especially when it's under heavy load, expecting the fan to kick in and make some noise. It didn't happen. That's pretty good. The unit I have has a Samsung SSD, it's NVMe PCIe, and it has 256 GB in capacity, of which about 182 GB are available to the user. And it did well in the Crystal Disk Mark test. Look at those scores on the read and writes. Very good. Now, as far as Bluetooth is concerned, it has Bluetooth 4.1, no issues with pairing, and the range was pretty good. And they went with the Qualcomm Atheros dual band wireless drivers, and it worked pretty well. Range was very good, reception was excellent. So at the end of the day, can I recommend the Lenovo Yoga 920? Is it worth your hard-earned money? And the answer is an absolute yes. This is definitely worth your money, one of the best 2-in-1 convertibles on the market with very few flaws. Now, if I had to find any flaws with this device, it would have to be the fact that maybe the keyboard was a bit shallow, the fact that it doesn't have any micro SD card slot or a full-size SD card slot for that matter, and not all the SKUs get the pen. Other than that, it's pretty solid, pretty strong in every other category. And that's why I'm going to give this a score of 90%, making this the AMDtech Editor's Choice Award for the 13-inch convertible category, making this worth your money. So what do you think about the Lenovo Yoga 920? I love it. I think it's one of the best convertible 2-in-1s on the market right now, late 2017. I like the fact that it now has a quad-core processor. This one has the Core i5-8250 CPU. You can get the Core i7 quad-core for a little bit more money. Obviously, you can also step up to the 4K display. Now, speaking of this display, the Full HD display was excellent, sharp, crisp, and I love the fact that I get that extra battery life with the Full HD model over, say, the UHD model or 4K model. And speaking of battery life, we're looking at 12 plus hours. I think this is certainly best in class. This has over 12 hours in my testing, but I'm curious to know what you think. Leave a comment in that comment section below. Really not much to not like about this device. The sound is excellent. I love the fact that it has those JBL speakers. They're really good. They're powerful, especially for a thin and light laptop. I also like the fact that the Dolby Atmos sound is included in this price point, where when you connect some headphones, you certainly get stepped up sound, and it really did come through. And I really do think this is a very good value. This starts at $13.29, and with that, you're getting everything you really want in a 2-in-1, minus the pen. Now, as far as the pen is concerned, they do offer the Active Pen 2. It has 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity. I don't have one on hand, but from what I hear, it's very good. Palm rejection works well. I was able to use it with the Mate Pen, as you saw, and it worked pretty well. Taking notes, sketching, drawing on it, everything worked as advertised. But I'm curious to know what you think. Leave a comment in that comment section below. What do you think of the Lenovo Yoga 920? I am curious to know. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and of course our website, AMDtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMDtech. See ya.